I can imagine. I can imagine,
Contender! Get in there!
Let's have it.
Let me have it, you therapy, Harvey. We came back from the dead. No, Beats, how you doing, bro? Sean
You just had to
night.
believe.
Sean called it last night.
You just had to believe.
Those of you give him a lot of stick. He gets a lot of stick in the comments. But I'm telling you, he said it's about belief. And somehow, somewhere, the belief. Somewhere, somehow, somewhere, someplace, the belief. Big up to everybody. Love and light, people. Where I'm drained mentally, physically, emotionally drained. You need to like and subscribe, people. But big up to everybody joining us. But honestly, what a game. Manchester United, Liverpool. It was not the prettiest game in the world, but it had everything. Blood, sweat, tears, everything. Mumbai was there. He saw it at times. He was the best half an hour Manchester United played, best 35 minutes of our season, where we saw something what Eric Ten Hag can be able to do. I've been saying we don't see anything in games. We saw it for the first half an hour. High press, kept them pressed in, hemmed them in. We should have scored. McTominay missed an absolute sitter. McTominay could have passed the ball, but at the end he redeems himself by passing the ball to Rashford after the mistake by
Nunes
mistake, and then we make a mistake. Bradley does some magic, gives it to Harvey. 3-1, we're dead. We're on the floor. And again, something happens. Madness. It's an absolute madness. In terms of football games, I've seen Manchester United and Liverpool in the past play an amazing game. Quality. In this game had no quality. It was blood, sweat, and tears, and great unbelief. And that's what it was. So big up to you, Sean. Big up to Eski. Eski's about. Better watch out. Listen, I want to go to, before I go to Sean, I want to go to Nurabeats. Nurabeats, he's the Liverpool brother. Big up to Nurabeats. He's the man who does all the thumbnails. He's gracious enough to come on again. Nurabeats, you must be disappointed you didn't put us away at 2-1 in the second half for half an hour, 40 minutes. You were completely dominating us. You were the team that was there to get that goal. What happened?
Nura got beats. What are you saying, brother?
All right, bro. Yeah. You know what? At that point, I was thinking if this can come back to bite us if we don't score the third here, because I know what Ten Hag's like when there's nothing else to play. There's nothing else but to take that risk. The last 10 minutes. And Man United threw caution to the wind, and I knew it was going to come back to bite us with our poor finishing and our poor play in creating for Nunes as well down the stretch. But yeah, congratulations, Man United. They blew me away the way they started. The way they started were like the Man United of old. It was like I don't think Liverpool were ready for that as well. They were like, what was this? Where did this fight come from? And so credit to them, man. I had a feeling that Liverpool would either drop points in the league game or lose this game. I'm happy that it's rather the FA Cup rather than in the league, because I think the league is a little bit bigger than the FA Cup. But yeah, credit to you guys, man. This is Man United, what they can do if they really believed in their abilities and not cower away from big games and against big teams. Usually you'll see them just packing up the box and stuff, but here they went for it. They went with a game plan. Wan-Bissaka surprised me with some of his play. But yeah, credit to you guys. You lot deserved it 100%. I'm not going to be bitter or anything. Man United deserved that win.
Respect. Nice.
You talked it up yesterday. You said it was about belief. You were the only one that believed. You must be deluded a little bit to believe. Talk to me, Sean. Talk to me.
Yeah, no, I mean, like that's what it's about now, right? Like that's the point I'm always trying to make about football. That most of what goes on the pitch really has, more to do with the vibe or unquantifiable part of football, like the feeling, the emotional aspect of it, the fact that Old Trafford was rocking, The fact that it just seemed like from the start of the game, Hoyland was out and about. It seemed like we came to play, and we scored early, and the fans responded to that. That's what I was calling for, and that's what we got today. I hope. I hope this counts as a point for Ten Hag in his ledger, with United fans, because we've shown today that we can compete. Like you do see what Ten Hag is trying to do. Like we did see today, Dalot literally dictating like play from the midfield, because that's like part of what Ten Hag wants to do. You can see that like if these guys apply themselves, the team is really good. Onana looked good today. I think I said it yesterday as well that I was willing to bet that Onana would make at least 4 or 5 saves today, and he did. Yeah, I'm happy you're doing. And I'm from here on out, basically, we're gonna finish strong. I think as more players, get back from injury, this win, just like last season, the win against Liverpool, basically kickstarted our season. Ours is coming very late into the season right now, but I think it's just the push we need. I'm discounting that Coventry game. I know you shouldn't like count your chickens before they hatch, but I'm already seeing us in the final. And hopefully, we're up against Chelsea, or even if it's City. Um, I see a path for Ten Hag to get himself a trophy and buy himself some time and some credibility, like with United fans, I hope.
Yeah, big up, Sean. Honestly, you were the only one that was calling it. Bumbaye, somebody says here, right? Anthony scored with his right foot. Bumbaye was next to me. The guy next to him passed out. Tell him.
No bullshit. No bullshit. Anthony scored the goal. The guy to my right, Dino was to my left. He literally fainted and fell into the seats in front of him, fell on top of a poor guy whose neck was like hurting him the whole game. We had to drag him back up. And then Dino comes in, levitate, lightens the load and says, you can't believe Anthony scored that, so you passed out. So, man, wow, what a difference a day makes. So half an hour, and I can't believe it. What the hell is going on? Manchester United turn up. They play like they should be able to play. And then we get our customary lull where Liverpool start to take hold of this game for the next 15 to 19 minutes. The second half starts. It's much more of the same. I thought Liverpool second half was theirs. But we had our moments, but it was theirs. Then extra time, first segment, it's all about Man United. And then, the final part of it, you've seen it. But today, what we wanted was to be there to be shot at, not to cower away. And we got all of those things today to come back. We got the spirit, the belief. They kept going. At times, I must say, the stadium was like a library. I'm not going to lie. And then it erupted again. So all those things that you associate with the badge, the proverbial wearing that shirt, fight for the shirt, we've seen it today. And it's refreshing because the players are still playing for their manager. That's what we've seen today. And I thought everybody played well today, man. I really did. I thought Wan-Bissaka, considering there's a bit of ring rust, he gives that pass away that was part of the 3 errors that led to the goal. But he was really good. I thought Dalot, man, is quality for me. Really, really good. Kobe Mainu was, for me, all players included, all 22 players on the pitch. That boy is
World class.
Is something, man. Honestly, he plays like we're playing in the park at Man United in a game like this. So calm, so composed. I thought Scott McTominay today for me was excellent in the middle of the park, man. Battling away. Yes, he should score that goal, but the shift he put in today, warrior. I love Garnacho today. He was on the left in that first spell of that forced the issue for the equalizer. He was just banging on the door. Him against Gomez, banging and banging and banging, and he did not stop. Everybody played well today. From Onana right the way through. It was a hard game, but big up Liverpool and United for making that an absolute classic game. It was a brilliant game and the type of thing that you want to see, man, at the Theatre of Dreams. Weather was amazing. It was just a perfect day to be there. And a great game to watch wherever you were. So big it up. It doesn't get better than that. The Anthony scores and then the icing on the top of the cake the guy we've all been crying out for wins the game, Amad Diallo. And the way Eric spoke about him, I thought Eric was very honest in his assessment of what's been happening. And today that, we had our bad moments, we had our good moments, and Amad is not getting what he deserves, is what he said. But there's competition. So hopefully that is a prelude to seeing more of that boy, because he has got something.
Anthony scored with his right foot. I
I
knew
swear,
we were going to win once that happened.
Listen, Anthony scored with the right foot, and the guy next to us, Bombaye, literally, we all jump up, crazy scenes, and he passes out and smashes into the guy in front of me. So we have to hold it up. Amongst all the celebration, I'm screaming, "Water! Somebody get water!" And the guy looks at me like that. He's like, "What happened to me? What happened to me?" I said, "Anthony's got with his right foot." You passed out.
He said, "I remembered the goal."
Couldn't believe it.
Poor guy, man.
I swear, they got people who think I'll be making this up if Bombay wasn't with me. The guy right next to Bombay.
Shouldn't be laughing, man. His
all
missus was
jump up.
terrified.
We all jump up. He passes out, smashes to the guy in front of me. Me and Bombay grab him. The guy's like, that old, and he's like, "What's happened to me?" I'm like, "Water! Somebody get him some water."
To be fair, that second half.
He goes, "I said you passed out, mate. You passed out." Anthony scored with his right foot.
That second half was a hard watch. It was a tough watch.
Today, Bombaye experienced what it's like to watch a game with me.
Oof. Oh man. Even in the stadium, nobody was getting a word in, guys. Dino was on it.
I was giving it to
That's a good one. That's a good one for me.
Me and Sean have vindicated, I think, man. Listen, me and Sean have been banging on about this.
Listen.
Let's go.
Today is your day. We have to come back from international break, or this will just be a fart in the wind.
Okay.
We've got to kick on. We've got to kick on and finish strong now, because Villa are dropping points. Spurs are dropping points. We play like that. You see how we can play? That's the same team we keep calling out. They can do it, but it's just doing it and doing it and doing it. And that is where Eric has to come in and, we need that for 90 minutes. And if we get that, we can compete. If we walk away from that game today, don't quite get the result, whatever, yeah, it's a bitter taste. But you're on here saying, yo, the boys turned up. They competed with Liverpool.
Yeah. I would have been like, we competed. We didn't crumble. But go ahead, Eski. The floor is yours.
Yeah. Nice one, innit? Obviously, I texted Nuruddin a bit after the game. I didn't do it straight away because there's just no scenes everywhere in it, man. Scenes. I want to say commiserations to Nurabeats. Unfortunately, your team went out on that. Obviously, run back in a couple of weeks on that. Big up to you, and at least you're here showing your face on that. Commiserations to you. But I mean, the quad's off, and I just think a lot of people were talking about Ten Hag, and I listened to the last stream, and I remember Bombaye was there. Like, if we were to get a humbling today, where is the support for Ten Hag? Like, what could there be for the manager? But like we're saying, we've just seen today that these boys are still playing for a manager. I think it's easy for the team just to say, right, it's Liverpool at home again. The fans are subdued. There's an expectancy. No one expected to win the game. Okay, Sean did, and I thought we were going to win on penalties, and we were very close to going to penalties. Whether we would have won or not, I don't know. But I think Nuruddin asked me, what was our last FA Cup game? Was it Nottingham or Brentford or someone? Who was our last game? Nuruddin. Nottingham. You asked me after that win, you said, is that his Mark Robbins moment? And I said, no, it's the Liverpool game. And funnily enough, we've scored a last-minute winner to beat Liverpool at home. And games like this, you remember him forever. Like we sing Diego Forlan's name today. Why? Because remember what he does in these key moments of games. With the United career might have been okay, whatever, but there's key moments in games. These goals, this game will be remembered forever. It's an all-time FA Cup classic. Neutrals loved it. We loved it. Again, unfortunate for Liverpool fans, but massive allocation. It was great. It was absolutely on TV. It resonated, absolutely resonated 100%. But I just want to say the lads dug in, and this is why I have faith in the manager. I think he has got some good things. Wan-Bissaka today, I praise him all the time. People say, should you keep him? Should you sell him? He's a player with world-class attributes. His one-on-one defending is hard to come by in the world. Forget Europe. I don't think we should be selling a player like that. And I think Ten Hag has improved him. Played some good touches today. Didn't get found out. Okay, there might have been a mistake. But I think overall the team played very well. Ten Hag said after the game that Johnny Evans had to pull out last minute. Casemiro had to pull out. So we had to go in there with a rejig side and put some work in. So I just want to say credit to the lads. Today, me and Sean have vindicated a little bit. I'm not going to say it's all rosy, right? Because there were still some things in the game we didn't like. But I think we're vindicated with our assessment of the manager and the reasons why we want to keep him, I think are here today. I think when more players start to come back, we may see a bit more and more. The jury's still out, but I think it could be a Mark Robins moment. If we go on to win this FA Cup, I don't think anyone can be upset with this. Depending on where we finish, but winning the FA Cup was massive now. Absolutely huge.
Yeah, man. Big up, man. Tom, talk to me, man. Talk to me, Tom, and we'll go to Jarvis and then we'll come to you, brother. Let's go. But Tom, talk to me. Honestly, that was Amad Diallo. We've been screaming out for him, saying that this kid needs to play more time because he's got the quality and he'll go somewhere else and light it up. Honestly, he came on. You see him. He's the one that presses Nunes. Darwin Nunes, he's the one that presses him. He presses Nunes. Nunes then has to hurry the pass, gives the ball away. United make it 3-3. And he's the one that chases Nunes. It's 4 against 2. Liverpool are breaking on us. We're playing 2 at the back by this time in extra time. He runs, hustles that ball, takes it off him. He then again on the edge of the area presses. He knows how to press. He's a fucking footballer. He knows how to press. He presses Elliot, wins the ball, gives it to Garnacho, and the finish, absolutely from that angle, impossible. That's like a snooker fucking shot. There's only one place he could have put that. Why is he not getting more fucking game time?
Well, we all know the reason why he's not been getting the game time. And that's because Garnacho's had the progression that he's had. Rashford's the star boy and poster boy for Manchester United. So there's your wingers right now. And first choice option off the bench is Ten Hag's go-to guy in Anthony.
But he's not even a winger. You know what? He doesn't have. He's got a way. He can play in midfield.
He can play central. Yeah, we've said this before. We said this before, Nuruddin, when we were discussing it pre-season. When we trialled Jadon Sancho in the false 9, and then when Ahmad came into the game, we trialled him as a false 9, and he was quite fluent with the ball because he's good with the ball to feet. That's the one thing that we can say with Ahmad in particular. But listen, the amount of Liverpool fans that have given me so much shit for so many fucking weeks saying this about the quad and all this, that, the other. Listen, we gave you a fucking quad. You got 4. Not 4 trophies, 4 fucking goals. 4 goals. So I don't want to hear any of this nonsense about quad, mate. You got your quad. Your quad was handed you today. And I'm surprised Jurgen Klopp didn't pull his fucking quad with the way that he was handling interviews. But listen,
we've got to play them again. Don't get too don't kill it.
Listen,
we've got to play them again soon.
Listen, I'm living in the moment, mate. I'm living in the moment, Bombay. There's no.
We're not going to lose that game, Bombay.
I don't care about any of this shit anyway. Listen, let Liverpool do their own thing and sort their own mess out, and Klopp can tear his hair out, whatever's left of it. Listen, on us anyway. I thought first half, especially the first sort of 25, 30 minutes, excellent. When aggressive, front foot football, it's what we want. It's what we've been crying out for weeks. Be aggressive, be dominant, and go up against proper teams. But in saying that, Liverpool, with the way that they play, it was like an NBA match. Hand in hand, ball to ball, court to court. It was complete transitional overflow. And it didn't surprise me that there was that many goals in the game. But the one thing that we've all said for the best part of 18 months is we had bottle jobs for players. And the only thing I'm going to say in Ten Hag's defence today is, yeah, he's had a lot of injuries to deal with. A lot of these players that we've had with Ole, we've had with Mourinho, and they've been bottle jobs, but they didn't bottle it today. That's the one thing that I will give a couple of them credit for. They didn't buckle under certain pressures and everything. If we got to penalties, I'm not going to lie, I would have been shitting myself with some of them. But we manoeuvred our way to get to extra time, miraculously. Like I said, it was what it was. It was a decent game to watch. even if you're just a neutral, it was a brilliant game to watch. And but for Nuruddin and Bombay, I bet in the stadium it was fucking heart attack hill. Your blood pressure had probably failed on people. People were fainting next to Bombay. So, but listen, you know, like Sean said, you know, it's going to be a good day when Anthony scores with his right foot. God looked on us today and thought we have to fucking win today.
And Tom,
If that can
I found
happen.
next to us passed out.
Yeah, that's what I just said. I found next to you passed out when he scored.
Liverpool hit the
I'm
crossbar,
not
I think.
surprised.
Yeah,
game.
Elliot hit the bar.
Elliot hit the bar later on anyway to
It
try
was just our
and
day.
win it, but yeah, it was just our day at the end of the day. But
Yeah,
you know, hindsight's a good thing anyway. But I'm happy we got the win. We can go through, but listen, don't get fucking too giddy, mate, because we might end up pulling up to Wembley, and we'll be the fucking laughing stock of Manchester if Coventry.
We're going all the way, Tom. We're going all the way.
You know what?
We'll
You know
see.
what? Honestly, I'm not going to talk about what comes in the future. This was a weird game. It was the most weird game. Bombay will tell you. 1 minute the stadium is bouncing and jumping up. Next minute, everybody's on their phones and I'm shouting, "You fucking coward, Anthony! Prove me fucking wrong!" And everybody around is laughing their heads off. Me effing and blinded. Me going mad at Scott McTominay. 1 minute I'm saying, "You coward fucking Rashford, coward fucking Bruno. What the fuck are you doing?" I'm tweeting at halftime. Bombay trying to get my phone away from me, going, Don't go crazy. Why are you going crazy? I'm just living it. But honestly, we talked about it, Jarvis. We said Ten Hag has to show us something.
Yeah.
And for that fucking 35 minutes, we could see it. I thought we were high up, right in the high up. We could see the tactics that we pressed them in midfield. We didn't let them play through the midfield. We got amongst them. We pressed them. We gave the ball to Kobe. Kobe did some magic. Oh, my God. Some of these plays deserve to end up in goals. Some of these shimmies, the close control, the bravery to take the ball. But we didn't make it count. Scott McTominay's there 10 yards out. Perfect fucking move. One of the best goals United have scored this season. He's there in the middle, 10 yards out, in the middle of goal. He can pick either the right side, the left-hand side. He puts it right down the keeper's throat. And then I'm like, what? I kept telling Bombay, I said, Liverpool are not going to be as bad as this. I kept biting my nails saying, we need to score. We need to, the whole crowd, the stadium is up. I'm like, we need to get the second. We were totally so dominant. So, for half an hour today, Jarvis, when I ask everybody, show us something. Ten Hag showed us something for 35 minutes, and the rest then, the next 10 minutes was the calamity of Manchester United calamities. But go ahead, Jarvis. How did you see a game? Big up, by the way, St. Patrick's Day today, man. Big up Craig. Big up all the Irish. Up the fucking Irish. Nobody's sleeping in Dublin tonight. Nobody's sleeping in North Ireland tonight. You got families who are, half of them, 5 of them are Liverpool fans. The next 5 are United fans. Yeah. You got that type of families in Ireland. I've been there. It's crazy. You're either a Liverpool fan or you're a United fan. And I'm telling you, the Liverpool fans are drowning their sorrows in the fucking Guinness. United fans are not sleeping. They're on the street tonight in Dublin, in Ireland, all over Ireland. Wherever the Irish are, happy St. Patrick's Day. Big up. But go ahead, Jarvis. I'll mute.
Yeah. First of all, I just want to say, as Hector Rico says in the chat, smash the like. We have 66 likes now with Stephanie Griffith keeping the count as usual. Thank you, Stephanie. But people, remember to hit the like because this channel is shadow banned. It means that you don't get notifications when the channel goes live. So everybody hit the like. We need all the help we can to speak the truth on YouTube and bring you this show. When it comes to the game, I think you summed it up, Nuruddin. You were there. I'm so jealous, being there, seeing this game. It was a monumental game. It's one of those we will remember for years to come. It's kind of similar like the PSG game in a way. It was so I don't know, fantastic. The game itself was really good. I liked the game plan Ten Hag had set up. As you mentioned, the press play was perfect the first 30 to 35 minutes in the game. I felt that that we were in control. We were winning the ball high up, and we had those high turnovers, as I always talk about. And we should have gotten more outcome from the chances we created. But suddenly we ran out of juice. We couldn't keep the feet going, and Liverpool started to play over our first line of press. We overcommitted, but we couldn't keep up the legs. Couldn't keep the legs going, and then suddenly Liverpool came into the game. At the end, they scored 2 goals. I felt it was a little bit uneven. 1-1 at halftime would have been a fair result, but Liverpool are deadly when we give them the chance. Second half, we came out. I felt Liverpool were the better team. They were in control. They were creating chances, and actually, I was just waiting for the third goal. I felt it was just a couple of minutes before the next goal would come, and then the game would be done. But this big but in Ten Hag did some subs. I was tearing my hair off because I wasn't agreeing with what he was doing. Was subbing on Maguire, for example. I was thinking, what the hell are we trying to sub on Maguire? We need goals. We need goals now. And what he actually did, and he took off Højlund, and everything looked really. I was so angry at Ten Hag at the moment. But he moved Maguire higher up the pitch. He was starting to shift in long balls to Maguire inside Liverpool's 18-yard box. And Liverpool didn't know what to do about it. They were panicking. Every time Maguire received the ball and headed it, Liverpool weren't composed. They were in panic mode. All the time when they received the ball, they just cleared it. Tried to clear it as far as possible. And we were just sitting there picking down the ball and going at them again and again and again. So when the was it the 3-3 goal or the 2-2 goal at full time? I'm not sure. Everything was so chaotic. But when we scored the 3-3 goal, I felt we deserved it because we were taking the game to our hand. First extra time, I think we were still dominating. We were creating the bigger chances. Liverpool had 1 shot, and they scored on that goal, leading 3-2. But we came back. We created more and more and bigger chances. We had more legs. We could run. You could see that Liverpool, and they are biting over too much, going for the quadruple. It's very hard, and this is one of the points that proves it, because you can't keep playing Thursdays and Sundays, Thursdays, Sundays all the time. It will catch up with you, and you could see it today. Liverpool, you saw it against Manchester City. They had energy. That was Liverpool, but today they were flat, especially from the 80th minutes and out. They were flat. They didn't have the same energy. So that was a good thing. Yeah.
To be fair, Boumbaye said that. Boumbaye said to me when we sat next to me, that first half an hour we dominating them, and Liverpool looked tired. And even after extra before the end of the game, 80 minutes gone. That 10 minutes United to make it 2-2 to get it back. And he was like, you know what? Maybe they gave too much of the City game. You know what I mean? Yeah. Obviously they played in midweek as well, but he said that. But honestly. In terms of tactically, in terms of what it is, big up Sheikh Arian for the quotes. Big up to you. Honestly, it's like, to me, it wasn't any tactics other than the first 35 minutes. No, other than the first 35 minutes. But in terms of today, but Jarvis, it was about heart. It was about heart. It was about belief. It was about United saying, no, we're not going to lose this game today. We've got to come together. And at times, we were playing on the back. Because Liverpool, for me, I have not seen Liverpool being that wasteful ever. Let me give the match stats quickly. United had 42% possession. Liverpool had 58. We had 28 shots. They had 25 shots. We both had 11 shots on target. That tells you all you need to know. 11 shots on target. We had 5 corners. They had 8. With 12 fouls they committed, and we committed 11. That just tells you we had 28. They had 25 shots, right? Yeah. 11 shots on target each. That is a madness.
Open-ended game.
I don't think the game was any quality. Natalie asked me, right?
No, Nuruddin, come on. We played well.
No. listen to me. In the first half an hour, there was quality. In the second half, there was quality in terms of the way we played.
We
And then
defended
Liverpool-
well. We played well off the ball.
No, Sean, listen to me. In terms of the quality, I've seen better Liverpool Manchester United quality games. I'm telling you. I was there in 1990 and I sneaked in. I got chucked out twice. And then I went back in again.
How much better does it get than 4-3?
Listen, we played a lot better in that game. We totally ripped them. Liverpool had just scored a fluky goal in that game. Be alive, and we're banging on the door, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer comes off the bench and does the rest, right? The rest is history. But I've seen better Liverpool Manchester United performance. But in terms of, they had, Nurabis can testify this, they were in control for half an hour or 35 minutes, right? We were in control for 35 minutes. The rest of it, there was no quality. It was just heart, madness. It was just, especially with the tactics that we played with Bruno and Maguire. I mean, I couldn't believe it. We just couldn't believe what we were doing.
Yeah, Bruno was playing against us.
Like, we couldn't believe what we were doing.
It was like two heavyweight boxers in the 10th round.
That's what I'm saying to you. Exactly. It was like it was like that. It's like the end of the game. But yes, there was some tactics. Yes, the press that we played. Yes, the way that Anthony came on and gave us some freshness. I thought that Anthony. I kept shouting at him. I swear, ask Mumbai. I kept screaming. Do something, you coward! Show me, prove me wrong. I'm screaming because I'm like, what the hell are you doing? But he held the ball up a little bit. He kept close control. I mean, Ahmad made a bit of a difference in terms of the balance. Then Klopp reacted. We talked about Klopp reacting. Gomez, what's the name? Anthony was doing bits. Was it against Robertson? Yeah, Robertson. And then he switches Gomez, done it to the left, didn't he? To the left. And Gomez then was getting tired because Anthony kept running and running, had more energy. Then he brings on somebody to stop the threat of Anthony. You saw that he reacts straight away to the way the game is going.
Tsimikas.
Honestly, yeah, Tsimikas came on and shut it down for a bit. But honestly, at the end, we ended up with Bruno centre-back, Anthony left-back. I remember that's the only centre-half, right? And yeah, it was. But go ahead, Jarvis, you were saying. There was tactics parts of the game, but not throughout the game. It wasn't a great quality. It was a weird game. Honestly, to be in the stadium, it was weird. Mumbai can testify. We're all biting our nails, effing and blinding at each other, effing and blinding at the players.
No, it was weird and stressful for all of us watching too. But I guess like what more do you want from the game other than United to reply Liverpool every time they scored? Every time they scored and they went ahead, we had something in the tank for them. We were comfortable enough to play on the defensive, to bide our time for parts of those games. Obviously, we were lucky too in some instances, but that's football. And it didn't help us that the referee was basically playing against us, in my opinion. Like the ref was giving them a lot of calls that didn't give us. But
he was a disgrace. Come on, Nurabis, you must admit that, bro. The guy was giving us
give us some credit.
Yeah, no. I see him like ignoring a lot of fouls. We've seen it on the TV. Some were blatant fouls he was just ignoring. And this is sometimes the inconsistencies of these refs. He did the same thing to us against Newcastle, but it's annoying. All we ask for is consistency. Either be consistently bad, or be consistently good for everyone.
Pick up. Listen, we'll go to Letso. Go ahead. Go on, Javas. Finish it. And then
I just want to say one thing when it comes to tactics. I think Ten Hag did something that it was hard to spot. Rashford was always keeping his left side. He didn't cut in as usual and try to shoot. He was always keeping his left side and passing the ball into the box because we had runners coming. And the runners were usually Garnacho. Garnacho was cutting in centrally and playing alongside Rashford all the time. So Garnacho was actually our furthest player up the pitch on average. So those two guys were isolating and trying to pick on Gomez and the young centre back of Liverpool, Kwanzaa. And I think that the tactics worked well because almost all our goals come from that area. And we had a lot of key passes from Garnacho and Rashford. We were creating chances after chances in the same area. So I'm just curious, quick question to Nurabits. Did you see the same thing that we were isolating and trying to exploit Gomez on the right back and Kwanzaa?
Well, yeah, 100%. I saw usually what Rashford likes to do is cut in and take that shot. But we've seen Wan-Bissaka doing underlaps for him, Garnacho coming from the right, and it's kind of sneakily going in behind Kwanzaa. And so he was sleeping on the first goal as well because he was just concentrating on Rashford's threat. But yeah, that's one thing that surprised me, that so many of the underlaps and the overlaps that was happening on the left side, United came with like, I thought that Wan-Bissaka would just be sitting there, but he literally, anytime United won the ball, he was given the license to go. And so that brought a bit of confusion in our defense. Like,
it's funny that you mentioned Wan-Bissaka, because today the heat map on Wan-Bissaka is the most extreme heat map I've seen from a Man United fullback since the days of Evra. He was bombing up and down that left side all the time, and he was high up the pitch.
Yeah, he was. Listen, but let's not get too excited. He was fucking frustrating as well at times. There was times on the ball, he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. Instead of them bringing the ball down and being calm, he was just hitting it on the ball on the bounce, giving them the ball. I think they scored. That's the move that created the first goal for them. But listen, talk to me. Let me just get the super chat. Big up to everybody. Please smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Big up Man UFC Realist TV. Went live early on with him. Me and Bumbaye on the way to the stadium. He was there. The game was about heart, never say die. Players played for the badge, for the fans, just like you told me earlier. We wanted a good football. They delivered. Let's go all the way, right? Let's say. Listen, I'm not taking anything from this game, because to me, this game is a one-off. It was a mad game. It's a one-off. And what the rest of the games will take care of themselves. I know that for that much. But let's go ahead, bro. Talk to me.
Lesso, are you there?
Have we lost Lesso?
I can see him. I can't hear him.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just jump in and say, I think we can take something from this game. Momentum counts for something. I mean, it sucks that now we're going on international break. I wish we had a game to play this coming weekend. It would have helped to keep the
Nah, you know what?
going.
Some of our players look dead. I've got to give it. I give him stick all the time, but Scott McTominay almost wanted to come off, and then he kept carrying on. He went back in the box, headed the ball away, and he headed that ball away. And then Ahmad challenges for it, and then the rest is history. But you know what? He wanted to come off. He's gone. Amad Diallo, to me, Kobe, Diego Dalot showed a lot of heart today. Harry Maguire, when he came on, it was a mad game. But Nurabis, I genuinely think that have you had 11 shots on target this season and not scored? I think it was the last game against United at Anfield. Is when you had 8 shots on target and didn't score. What did you think was wrong today, mainly for your boys?
They scored 3 goals.
Yeah, we scored 3 goals, but we were passive. Like, we had a lot of chances. I don't know, after half an hour, for some reason, Man United's midfield vacated. There was like a massive gap between the forward players and the back four. And so we started having opportunities where we had like maybe a 4-on-4, a 3-on-4, and we just couldn't capitalize and couldn't create from that situation, which was frustrating. But one thing United did do well was make sure that it wasn't McAllister picking those passes in those areas. It was more the Szoboszlais and Robertson who were trying to create from that. But it was a bit frustrating. Liverpool had the chances, especially in the second half, to kill the game, to finish it off, and we couldn't do it. Salah was shooting with like this soft airball touches to Onana, and the others were just making just the wrong decisions. Gakpo had an opportunity. It was a 5-on-2 situation, and we managed to mess that up. Even Nunes had an opportunity where Amad Diallo, I think, came back and nicked it off him just before he could shoot. So United played well, but Liverpool, that wasn't Liverpool.
How much do you think tiredness has played?
Yeah.
Were you tired?
Especially,
you were tired.
yeah. Especially as soon as I saw the first half of the extra time, I knew every single one was gone.
Come back, Tom.
they were all gone. What was it? Nunes was out of energy. Diaz was out of complete energy, and so were the midfield. Endo, McAllister, Szoboszlai was taken off. But yeah, I could
Yeah,
see
but
that.
these are not excuses that we would accept
No, it's
from
not. It's not.
Ten
It's not.
Hag.
It's not excuse.
And I don't like. I mean, I know, like, we have to respect the fact that there's a Liverpool fan on here, but I don't like this frame that, oh, Liverpool
Nah,
weren't
they
at
went
their
for 4
best today.
trophies. Nah, they
Went at
weren't
their
at their
best
best.
today. We
They
beat
weren't.
them
They weren't.
because we were better than them today. Like, on the day the better team won.
I said that. I said that.
United defended well. Onana is in form. So it wasn't like a weak or team shots by Salah or the players. They couldn't get past Onana. They couldn't get past our defenders. We defended well. The midfielders that we had ran for 120 minutes, two of them, Bruno and McTominay, ran for basically 2 games, back to back. So, like, we should give United more credit. I just wanted to interrupt the love
Listen.
fest that we're having for Liverpool.
No.
No,
What,
listen, it's not a
it's
love
not.
fest. It's about the facts. Go ahead, no Rubies. Go on.
Listen, that's not the best Liverpool performance you'll get. We credit to Man United. Obviously, they did what they had to do, but countless of times, and you have to admit, Sean, that countless of times we were up against you lot, 4 against 3, 5 against 2, and we couldn't capitalize in those situations.
Yeah, and Rashford should have won the game, in 90 minutes.
That was offside. That was offside.
That was offside, by the way.
Yeah,
that was
Come
offside.
on.
That was offside.
In the
That
last
was
minute.
offside.
In the last minute, he was offside. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And if Rashford was onside and he couldn't win it, you'll blame Rashford for that, wouldn't you? You wouldn't say Liverpool were great defending in that situation. It wouldn't be. It'll be like Rashford, what an asshole for missing
Actually,
that chance.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Somebody's asking here. How was Van Dijk? Me and Bombay looked at each other in that. Well, you know what? Our parts of the game, United tried to avoid him actually, and I agree with Nurabeats and Jarvis. We tried to avoid him, but he was very dominant. And you know what? You could see Rasmus coming back. He was so lost there. He was falling over. He's not 100%. You could see that about Salah as well, to be fair. That's the most I've ever seen Salah. You know what I mean? Not his 100%. He might have scored, but he wasn't his most dangerous. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka had him in the pocket, to be fair to him.
Yes, now, why are we talking as if there isn't a long line of wingers that Wan-Bissaka has in his pocket? Like the Premier League is full of them.
No, but what I was saying
much,
but that wasn't Mohamed Salah of old. Like, it wasn't. Maybe this decline is coming because he's been consistent that much. Let's show what you hear. Unmute yourself and let's hear from you, bro. Unmute yourself. You're muted. Unmute yourself. If you're there.
Okay, is that?
Yeah. We can hear you now. Go ahead, brother. You muted yourself again. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back now.
Yeah. Go ahead. What do you think of the game?
Okay. Judging by the game, it was heart-wrenching, to be honest. I think everyone has to admit that it was very entertaining. A lot of us almost died of a heart attack, watching that game. It was a bit passionate. I like the way the players actually fought for almost all the ball. I like the fact that certain players raise their performance levels, and obviously we have your pro and cons games. The first 30 minutes, as we all said and we all agreed that we were playing exceptional, and then towards like the rest of the game, I'd say the game went to pits, man. I mean, that is why we were having heart attacks. I think Liverpool kind of slowed down, obviously, because we always knew they were gonna slow down, due to the fact that they have a lot of competitions that they're still competing in. So that was always gonna be a disadvantage, in terms of the strain that the whole squad was taking at the time, and we have fewer competitions. So it was always gonna work in our favor in terms of them, trying to somewhat try and win the game, and then at the end just try and basically run down the clock and solidify it. But in terms of us, there's an exceptional victory. I mean, we have to say that this is the best moment, this season. We've been watching nonsense, since the season began, and we just for the first time in the longest time, we kind of happy. But as much as there's positives and everything, still the jury's out on the manager. He did kind of the substitutions that he made, they did impress me. Obviously, at first I was like, okay, what is bringing out the likes of Cable Meno, as well as Hoyland, but then you look at it and he was actually throwing the kitchen sink at everything. He wanted to actually try and win this game. I feel like this was it. He knew that the season was over if we were knocked out of the FA Cup. So he was trying to salvage it, and he threw everything. And I'd like for him to do more of this. I don't think we would have a problem if he did more of this. Where he actually tried to go for games, where he took more risks. That's what we're crying about. I mean, right now, because of the risk that he took, he realized that there's actually Amad Diallo. He remembers that we actually have a player called Amad Diallo on the bench. He needs to rotate his squad. If he can rotate his squad, I think he wasted the season personally. We did say that he needed to fully utilize the squad, and there are players in there. They're not world beaters, but they are players. They still offer you something when they get on. They still have legs. They still are technically gifted. But obviously they'll only get better. But you have to fully utilize your squad, and if you do that, you more or less, you're always never gonna have a lot of injuries. You're gonna avoid a lot of injuries. You're gonna avoid a lot of fatigue. You're gonna avoid a lot of things. So he needs to now kick on. If he can't kick on from this, then he's definitely done. I mean, the next game we're playing Brentford away. If he's not winning that, we're back to square one, to be honest, because it looks like this was all for nothing, and possibly, we're still gonna meet City in the final of the FA Cup if we get there. So, it's not all written in stone yet. There's still a long way to go. So that's just my personal view on everything. But he needs to play Ahmad now. There's no excuses. I don't want to hear this. I mean, he just said it himself that in training he's doing well. So why weren't you playing him? If he was doing well in training, why weren't you playing him? Why weren't you giving him cameos? Because there's a lot of times where he was brought on for the last in the extra added time. For what reason were you doing that for? So if he can utilize the squad and do better, maybe I might get back on side, but he needs to do that consistently as a manager. And for these players, we just need better next season. I think we need to make sure that we add quality players and build on from what we're doing right now and get rid of some of these players as well.
Big up. Listen, at the end of the day, it's a very difficult game to analyze. Honestly, Bumbaye will tell you at times we went for route one. After that half an hour, we didn't know. All the game plan went out the window. All the stuff that we were doing, we were playing it out from the back. We were getting the midfield on the ball. Kobe was getting on the ball. And Kobe had to come off, by the way. Rasmus Højlund had to come off because he was shattered. And he's not 100% fit, you can see. Kobe had to come off because Scott McTominay leaves him by himself. And Kobe, Durabits can tell you, McAllister and Szoboszlai, he couldn't cope with either of them. We were there. I kept pointing it out. Bumbaye, please tell the truth. What I'm not pointing it out to you was not saying to you, look at the positioning. And you kept saying to me, can you not get back behind him? Can McTominay step back? I'm like, no, this is the manager's tactics to have the single pivot. And we were getting destroyed at times. And all Lunana was doing was hoof the ball to no one. They kept winning their back. So it was a weird game. Like I said, the last 10 minutes, the crowd got it up. Anthony scores. Extra time comes. We're the better team. Liverpool are on the back foot. You know what I mean? We're pressing really hard. The stadium is bouncing. We're making chances. And then, boom, from nowhere, Elliott scores. And then the rest of it is history, innit? But it was a weird game. It's a very weird game to analyze. Because he went from... It was like a tennis, like a big battle tennis, like a Nadal Federer, where somebody goes up 2-0, and then somebody brings them back to 2-2, and then the final set is topsy-turvy. That's what it was. honestly, the best way you described the Nurabeats was that heavyweight game, heavyweight boxing, where everybody's tired and they're just trying to knock each other out. And thank God it worked for us. But
but like that's not exactly fair to Ten Hag, because United is like, we're working with a handicap that's, people are not willing to give Ten Hag and the team credit for. You could argue that Liverpool have better players, better quality players than United. They also have the advantage of chemistry, having played together for a long period of time. Working with Jurgen Klopp, who has been there for, like I said yesterday, about 8 years or so.
To be fair, listen, we could say the same. Listen, but Sean, I'm sorry, we could say Liverpool have got a brand new midfield. They've got brand new. They've got Edo, Szoboszlai, and what's his name, McAllister, who never played together. Who never played. Never played. They've got three players who never played together. And that's a pivotal part of the football that I've not been with Klopp for 7 to 8 years. They've only been with him for 7-8 months.
No, but it's easier for new players to come and blend into a team if the foundation is stronger, or a team with a stronger foundation, basically. McAllister is a walk-up winning.
But Sean, they've got injuries. So today, they missed Trent, Jota. To me, I fucking hate Jota. That cunt always scores against United, and he's always one of the most clinical players in their team. He is a big player. He's like the Sadio Mane kind of guy in their team, because he doesn't waste it. He passes the ball somebody to score, or he scores himself. And
but like the important thing to note is that despite all that, everyone still expected Liverpool to win, because it appeared to be a sure thing that United were.
Sean, did they not control the game in the second half?
They did, but I would argue that like a manager going into a game like this would definitely plan and talk to his staff and his team about periods in the game where Liverpool are dominating. Periods like maybe they manage the game in quarters. You think about periods where you can conserve your energy. Okay, at this point in time in the game, if it's going like this is how we're going to set up. Ten Hag has to be, that's part of what he gets paid to manage. That's his job of a manager, quote unquote. And today he delivered. I just want us to shift the frame from Liverpool were so bad to this is what we've been asking the manager to do, to manage, and he made the right decisions today. And we have to give him credit for it.
Listen, he threw the kitchen sink and it paid off. In the past, he threw the kitchen sink and it doesn't pay off, because Liverpool get that final pass right. When 4 against 2, when it's 3 against 4, they get that final pass right and bang, bang anyway. But we'll see. We'll see how we play in the league game. Because to me, Nurabeats, one thing I will say, come to you, and then I'll go to Eski and then Bombaye. You've not beaten us in a cup for a long time, bro. We knock you out. We knock you in the cup. I don't think you've beaten us in 11 games or something like that in the cup. This is throughout the years. We always knock you out in the cup. Whether it's at Wembley, whether it's Wembley, we stopped you from doing the treble in 1970s. Lou Macari, me and Bombay walk past his chippy. He's got a chippy next to Old Trafford.
All right.
Fish and chip shop. And we walk past there.
100%.
There's something about you. Last time we beat you at Old Trafford was in the cup on the Ollie.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that game. It was empty Old Trafford, and you still won. Yeah. I mean, United have some sort of hoodoo on us in cup games, but yeah, credit to United. I did not think they were going to start like the way they did, and they didn't quit. They could have easily quit 2-1, 9 minutes, but they continued. So credit to United. But I wanted to ask you guys a question. I say, because a lot of people saying they were playing for Ten Hag. Do you think they were playing for Ten Hag, or were they playing for Ineos?
He's putting it in there, people. I'll let us go ahead. You ask that one.
All right. No, do you know what? It can be both. Because look at it this way, innit? Yeah, if results don't go their way, let's say we lose to. Also, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that we beat Coventry or that City beat Chelsea. Chelsea and City have drawn twice this season. There's a 4-4 and a 1-1. So I don't think they're just going to swipe them aside, especially they've got Champions League aspirations now and they're in competitions and going for the league yourself. So I don't think it's that easy with City as well. I don't think that's a foregone conclusion, first of all. And second of all, let's say it doesn't go to plan and we don't win a trophy this season and we don't finish top 5 or whatever. If the manager goes, then they still have to play for Ineos. because it's easy to sack a manager than 10 of these fucking players. So you keep the players on, and they have to play for a future, playing for the fans at home. You know, we're off their backs now a little bit. And you know we're off. Oh, it's rosy. If we lost the game, we're coming up here. You're buzzing, and there's 8, 9, or however many United fans coming on here going to get upset. And that's just what it would have been. It would have been Rashford out, Bruno out, and this and that. We can talk about them points another day. Like I said, we're going to bask in the moment, but it just makes sense to play for both right now, because if the gaffer's here, great, you're playing for him. But if you play for Ineos, well, they're here in the long run, let's say, because Ineos aren't going tomorrow, but Ten Hag can get sacked tomorrow to answer that question.
Yeah. No, what I meant by it was, were they playing for their futures at United? Because so maybe they're seeing Ineos trying to make changes. Who should they keep? Who should they get rid of? So maybe some players were just like, had that at the back of their heads.
It's a good question, and I think only because they've just come in and the key components haven't come into play yet. People are on garden leave, this and that. I think if we know what they're about and they're just quick to get players off willy-nilly, then I think I could say, yeah, maybe they are, because they know if you're not part of the job, they're going to get you out. I think we're going to see in the summer who they actually start shipping out. Is it Maguire? Is it an Anthony? Sancho, Rashford maybe? There is a lot of questions. Casemiro, there's a lot of questions to be asked about this squad. Who do we actually want to keep? Wan-Bissaka is obviously a contentious one. I really want him to stay. Some of the fan base would be like, well, we've got Delo, Malacia, where is he, the forgotten man? Martial, Ten Hag was asked today, so he left the press conference and he asked him on the way out, and he kind of, when Ten Hag's a bit usually jovial, he doesn't usually throw his players in it publicly, but they asked him when's Martial back, and he just went, I don't know, just shrugged it off like, I don't fucking know, like, where is this guy? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we'll see what Ineos are about. Yeah, I don't know. It could be true. It could be true they're playing for Ineos, but they're going to be in here in the long run before Ten Hag anyway. So yeah, could be true.
Yeah.
What's up, Nuruddin? Your face looks a bit.
You're mute.
You're muted as well.
You know what? Somebody sent me about Munich. There's something happening in Munich tonight or something. Something happened in Munich. Is there anything can see? Somebody send me something. Check Munich out. I don't know what that is. Somebody might be trolling. But big up, man. Big up to everybody. Love and light, man. Big up. Listen, Bumbaye, how you feeling? Manchester United. I personally, I'm not reading too much into this game. I just wish that maybe they can use the momentum of winning a massive game like that against our nearest and dearest rivals, that they can get the season together. But it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be sketchy. I don't see it. Do you see anything that we can take from this going forward this season?
Yeah, there is potential to take from a game like this, the way that you win it. It's almost a perfect day considering everybody plays their part. You see players that we've been crying for, they come, they do well. Anthony, Wan-Bissaka's back, Mason Mount makes a cameo. The way they get it was an enthralling game. You couldn't take your eyes off it. I think Nura Beats describes it perfectly. Two titans just slugging. You're not sure what's going to happen. Anything could have happened today. They had their moments. We had their moments, back and forth. It took two to tango today. So it was a great game, man. That's the kind of game that the Theatre of Dreams deserves. And watching it from where we were sat with the sun shining on the pit, it was just marvelous today, man. I've not been to a better game myself live. That's me. We as a team have had the potential over the course of the season. We've had our spells where we've done well and thought, this is our time to capitalize. We're turning the corner now all of a sudden, and then kaput, it just dies a death. Is this another one of those? I think it's great for everybody to raise a glass. We're all honorary Irishmen today. You know what I mean? I'm going to raise a halal Guinness tonight down that on the basis of this victory. But
up the Irish.
We up the Irish, man, all day long.
Big up Craig, man.
And yeah, big up Craig. Free Palestine, man. But what I'd say,
Matthias, big up Matthias.
Big everybody up. But we are going to play Liverpool again. And I'm not one to say we were good because they were poor, whatever. We were good. Whatever Liverpool were. This is how it goes. We're going to play Liverpool again, and we will get to gauge what this performance was really like. But today, if we're analysing, we take from this that the team, if it is playing for Ineos, then Erik Ten Hag is going to benefit irrespective. He's the man at the helm. And if they're playing for Ineos and they continue to play well and impress us, and we're getting behind them, we're getting football, he benefits. It It gives him credibility, and it gives the advocates that want to give him that third season as of now more kudos in the bank, more credits in the bank. So that is by default anyway. He can't lose whoever they're playing for. But we saw today a team that, gave us all those ingredients that you associate with non-sexy, which is heart. Okay, we went down, you shit it for about 15 minutes. The second half, you kept plugging away. We kept going. And Ten Hag today, you know what? It was a dynamic game. There was a lot of changing going on. At one point, we were playing three at the back, I think, and we had Anthony, Ahmad, Rashford, Garnacho, and maybe Højlund on the pitch at one time. I'm not sure about Højlund, but he went for it, and it was one of them perfect days. But now, take a break. When we come back, it's almost like Gary Neville described it. It's a mini league with 10 games left. Hit that ground running. You've seen that you can compete with Liverpool today. These are the same players every week that we say, oh, it's the players, man, it's the players. Well, those same players today produced for you. And that's when I say, no, I don't go fully in on that. Eric, you have got a side that's better than what we're seeing. You can do better, Eric. Do better. These players are not donkeys like people are making it out. And when you do that, you absolve him. No, it can't happen like that. It's an amalgamation. The responsibility is distributed. But those same players that are supposedly shit bossed it for half an hour, man. Even Nura Beats, respect to you. You're, honesty assessing it, gracious in defeat, said he didn't expect that. We didn't expect that. So the players can do it. It's just about instilling it in them and getting it going from a week-to-week basis. You can use this as a major springboard now. Come back, take this result. Let's go and do what we did today again. And if they do, maybe you reach the end of the season, and like I said, we could all be sat here and say, you know what? Give him the checkbook, man. Let's crack on.
I don't know. Listen, we'll see.
I don't know about that. We'll see.
Listen, big up S. Madison. Big up S. Madison. Says, no, really, listen, if Ineos keep Maguire, McTominay, Bruno, Rashford, then nothing will change. I totally agree.
Listen, ban S. Madison now.
No, S. Madison is a G.
No, I agree.
I'm telling you.
I agree.
Because Bruno, for me, he should have come off for Ahmed. I'm telling you that he should have come off for Ahmed. He should have. Yes, he got a bit of a wind of
we might as well pack up and go home now.
Right? So he was criminal at times in that game. I mean, I watched it again, Bombay, because I told you I saw it. I told you he tried to play for the foul. The guy won the ball fair and square, and he dropped on the floor like a little fucking bitch. I told you. I was going mad at him for it when you were telling me don't tweet that. When I was saying that he was a disgrace.
Do you know what I said to Nuruddin, right? As soon as that happens, he loses his shit right in the middle of the fans, yeah? Everyone's looking at us, effing and jeffing, and he's straight away on Twitter, wanted to kill bro. I said, listen, wait. Maybe he doesn't buy it. It looks like a foul. Don't put yourself in a corner. You can't. So he rings his mate. He goes, what was that? His mate goes, yeah, he was trying to buy it. Bang, hit Twitter.
Honestly, listen,
forget Twitter, man. Don't use that stuff.
Listen, I'll go to you, Sean. 100%. McTominay, Maguire, Bruno, Rashford. No. I'm sorry. They have to go.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean,
they have to go.
Maybe we're able to sell Maguire, McTominay, but like Bruno and Rashford are still going to be here
Sean,
next season.
Man, what's happened to you? McTominay, what's going on, lad?
No, yeah, I mean, we want to sell him. I think we're looking to get like 30 to 35 million,
from my only ally now is Eski on this one. Oh, you got abandoned me as well.
Personally, I would keep him, right? I think what we need is somebody to replace Casemiro. We need to sell Amrabat as well. We need two midfielders.
Sean, did you notice that Bruno played a lot better when he went backwards?
Yeah,
he played a lot calmer. Have you noticed, Jarvis? When he's more of the back,
he was injured. He couldn't run. That's why.
Bruno is spent.
Bruno had a good game today. I give it to him, but maybe he should have a yellow card on the second tackle on the McAllister. I think Liverpool were done dirty on that because the referee. If he didn't have a yellow before, he would have got a yellow right away.
Listen, ask Bumbaye. What did I say to Bumbaye? I was sat next to you. I said he's got. I can't believe the referee let him off here. It's because he was gesturing and he got booked for moaning. Did he get booked for
It's
moaning?
because the referee was
Yeah.
shafting us all game, man. He had to even it out a little bit. Flipping heck.
Anyway, guys, honestly, I'm fucking drained. I'm tired. Manchester United have won. It's an epic game. It will go down in terms of the spectacle as a classic because of the way the game went up, ebbs and flows. But in terms of quality, it wasn't quality for me. It wasn't a quality game. Like Liverpool and City was a quality game.
Let me give you some
I'm glad we
some,
won. I'm glad we
Let
won.
me give you some points of quality to take home. Dalot looked great. He played in midfield and he did his play. We saw Wan-Bissaka, our third choice, wing back, play comfortably on the left against one of the hardest teams basically in the Premier League. We saw Varane look like a quality player. We saw Kobe Mainoo look like a world-class midfielder basically in the middle of the park. We saw with Scott McTominay, our fourth choice midfielder, and somebody who I think has scored more goals. I think he scored 9 goals. I think in the season. That's an incredible return for a midfielder, like for how much we value him. We have Garnacho.
That's all he does. Sean, he doesn't do anything else. He don't contribute anything else in the fucking game. Just scores.
I'm not asking McTominay to dictate play or to be the midfielder that leads United into a great victory like that. I want McTominay to be a player on the bench that we can call on when we need him to be the final guy in the box. When we need somebody to stick their big head or their long head or their long legs somewhere in the box and get around and get a goal because they know what it means to play for United and they just get it, quote unquote. McTominay is the guy. If he's willing to be around and not, cause a stink in the dressing room, I don't mind having him around necessarily. But if the club wants to make 30 or 35 million pounds from him, I'm sure either way, like I'm indifferent to. And if he goes to another team, I would support him because I like Scott McTominay. But these are all points of quality that I think we can take, and it's up to Ten Hag, obviously, as Nesso was saying. To go to Brentford and get a victory.
It's going to be very interesting. We've got Chelsea next. I'm sure we got Chelsea.
Who's everybody's man of the match?
Amad Diallo.
Kobe Mainoo for me. I thought he was sensational today. To play against Liverpool's midfield, Kobe.
Bro, that skill he did on the left wing, I jumped out of my seat. I said, nah, bro. He's unreal.
I jumped out. That was class. That was class.
Sick.
I'm going for Diogo Dalot today, boys.
Fair enough.
That's a shout.
Diego Dalot was brilliant. But yeah, Diego Dalot was brilliant. To be fair, throughout the game, Mumbai, I agree with you. It was Diego Dalot.
I'll go out on a limb. Me, man of the match was Maguire because of his impact. When he came on, the game changed. He won so many aerial duels. Liverpool was shitting their pants because of him. So for me, it was Maguire.
Yo, big up Saeed, man. Yo, Saeed, big up, bro. We had to get off, man. We had to get off straight away, bro. We weren't waiting for you, man. We weren't waiting for you. We had to get up and do an iftar, bro. That's what I'm saying.
How did Saeed manage with his crutches, though? This is exactly the scenario we're thinking about yesterday.
Yo, go and check out. Listen, go and check out his match reaction, man. He got grits, man. So go and check out his match reaction, Saeed TV. Big up Saeed, man. They did it for you. Saeed went there limping all the way, crutch all the way to the top, and they did it for him. So big up Saeed, man. They had to do it for him today, man. He came. Man's not fit. Man's on the crotch. So they have to do it. Big up Clive in the chat as well, man. Big up Clive. Big up Mateus, man. And up the Irish, man. Up the Irish, man. Big up Free Palestine, people. Honestly, as we speak and we get giddy about Manchester United win, bombs are getting dropped on women, children, fathers, mothers, grandmothers, defenseless Palestinians are getting slaughtered in the genocide that's backed by Britain and the UK, Britain and the America and the rest of the Western countries. There should be shame on everybody who's backing this Zionist racist ideology that's slaughtering the Palestinians at the moment. So free Palestine, but yo, big up Saeed, man. Honestly, bro, it's gonna get worse, but worth the pain. Yo, you need to take it easy with that leg, man. You need to take it easy with that leg. But big up to you, bro. Big up, love and light. Listen, Free Palestine, people. Free Palestine, man. I'm tired. You're all tired. We're all drained. I think if you're a Man United fan and you're not drained after that, then I don't know what you are, man. But Nura Beats, listen, you got bigger. Like, go around quickly. You've got bigger fish to fry. You still got to go for the league. You still got to play in the Europa League. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
season still, you can get your boys back. You know what I mean? After the international, how many players are you hoping to get back after the international?
After international, Jota and Trent are
Konate?
back, and
Yeah.
Konate, yeah. So those three will be definitely back after internationals, and I think in middle of April, Allison will be back.
Yeah, big up. Now, big up to you, bro. Always appreciate you for the thumbnails and everything else you do for the channel, man.
No worries.
Always love and like.
No worries. It's my
Yeah,
pleasure.
you've got other 2 trophies to win this season, so yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You can have your mini.
just
you can
need
have your
you
mini
guys to
treble.
do me a favor against Arsenal, man. Come on, you guys need to do something.
Last game of the season. Last game of the season, we'll do it. They never win at
Guaranteed,
OT, mate. They never
guaranteed.
win at OT, man. We got a number on them. Like, we've got a number on you in the cup.
Yeah.
We got a number on them, man. Yeah, there you go. Fuck Labour. Bumbaye, last word from you quickly, and then Eski, then Sean, then Lesso, then Jarvis to finish us off. Go ahead.
Big up Nura Beats, man. It's been a pleasure having you on. I think you represent Liverpool nice, gracious in defeat, good analysis, bro. Come on again. The
Appreciate
comments are mint. I must say thank you for all the Ramadan wishes. I think the comments have been class for the preview and the post-match today. An amazing day. It really was. It's just like the clouds dissipated. Everything was perfect. Let's get behind this guy to the end of the season and see where we are. I hope this is not just, going to disappear as soon as we come back and we turn to shit. I hope we can keep moving with it. So, free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine, man.
Yeah, man. Big up. Go ahead, Eski.
Bro, just want to say once again, vindication for the Ten Hag in crew. Shout out to Sean. We're here, man. Scott McTominay, we're having it. We're having
After
it.
one game.
Scott McTominay.
McTominay.
Come on, guys. That's it, man. Yeah, well, big up Nura Beats, said it, man. Nice to meet you and that. Yeah, man. Yeah, good luck for the season. Like, hope
you.
you don't win the league. No offense, it is what
No
it is.
worries,
And that.
no
I mean,
worries.
Europa League in it, you might go far. See what happens
Yeah,
in it.
yeah.
You need to get out of that. You know what? I swear to God, Nura Beats, trust me when I say this. Get out of Europa League, focus on the league, mate.
Nuridan in the Europa League. It's like COVID,
out of
man.
your Europa
Nuridan's
League,
not
man.
against it, man. When we're in the
Get
Europa
out
League,
of your
Nuridan
Europa
wins.
League,
That's-
trust
you don't
me.
want none of it, man.
That Thursday night football ruins you, mate. Ruins your
Yeah,
weekend.
yeah, it does.
Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah,
Last
big
word.
up Eski, man, and all the people who want, Ten Hag in. It's gonna be a strong finish. By the time we get Martinez and Hoyland backfiring, I think we're gonna finish the season strong. I can guarantee people that like the game against Liverpool and the game against Arsenal, we're gonna win. Just book those dates, mark your calendar. We're finishing the season strong, and we're going into the next season.
Sean, Juju time?
What?
Juju time, yeah?
No, nothing like that. Just the same vibe that I'm getting, from the team now. Basically, Ten Hag, he has his back against the wall. He has been fighting for his life since he came to this United job. Lots of things going against him. Obviously, his decisions could have been better, but now I think people are starting to see, with patience. And with the players playing for him and playing for the badge, I think we're going to see the same finish very strong this season.
Yeah, man. Big up to you. Big up. You wrote off the season early on, Sean, but big up to you. Back in your man, Ten Hag. Right, go ahead, bro. Last word of the show from you.
No, well, I'm gonna obviously say how it is. I'm just gonna give this manager until the end of the season. Let's see what we can do, man. I'll be fair this time around, and yeah, he's got time to do that. Let's see what we do in the FA Cup. Let's see which position we finish. Let's see if he rotates and he learns and he plays good football. For me, obviously, I would like the results more than the football itself. But yeah. No, big up to everyone. Big up to the panel. Quality analysis as usual from everyone. Big up to the chats. And free Palestine, and that battle will be won, and we will achieve solidarity, and quality show from everyone. Pleasure
big up,
being
bro.
here once again.
Big up, bro. Always. What grades for players and a manager? There's no grades because it's a weird game. We just said the 3 best players tonight, Windy, was Diego Dalot, Ahmed Diallo, Kobe Manu, Maguire when he came on.
I think Garnacho, he just forced the issue a lot today.
Garnacho was shattered, absolutely shattered, but he carried on. So, yeah, and Eric Ten Hag gets there for throwing the kitchen sink. He gets a 7 or 8 for me for believing in his, in his bench and throwing the kitchen sink. Go ahead. You got the last word of the show, Jarvis. Go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, I just want to thank everybody for watching. Sheikh Aryan, Madison, Lilis, Mateus, Greg, DJ Superfly, all the regulars. Thank you for tuning in. Second of all, I just want to say, I hear that Sean and SK, everybody's starting to get a little bit too giddy, and I don't like it. Everybody, get your feet down to the ground again, and remember this Man United team. I remember a couple of years ago we won against Manchester City away, and they ended up losing to Burnley the game after. This is Man United. This is how we roll. So pay attention. If we can remake this game again and again and again, beat who are we up against next? Brentford, beat Chelsea away. Bournemouth, Coventry. If we can do stuff like that, the basics, then I will start to get a little bit giddy. But I will wait and hold my judgment before the end of the season.
You muted Nuruddin.
Doing that show, going to be talking about that topic tomorrow. We're doing a show with Saeed or Tuesday, so you'll hear that tomorrow because I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy with Eric Ten Hag giving Martinez the opportunity to go when he's fully injured. Why is he going to Argentina? What the F is he doing? What is going on at this fucking football club? So we'll be talking about that. But big up to everybody, man. Free Palestine, free Congo, free Sudan. Same people who are involved in what's going on in Palestine, and the genocide is involved in what's going on in the Congo, what's going on in Sudan. And you all know who, people. These people are absolute leeches, vultures, vulturing off the misery and the pain and selling weapons on the back of all these conflicts, man. Love and light, man. I say happy St. Patrick's Day to all of my Irish, wherever you are worldwide. Happy St. Patrick's Day of the Irish, especially the Irish United fans. They're not sleeping tonight, wherever they are on this planet. And everywhere you go in this world, there's always an Irish pub. And there's somebody now drinking a Guinness to Man United. So, yeah, up United, up the United fans for getting involved and doing what they do, man. And it doesn't happen that often. It wasn't a classic. In terms of drama, it was a classic. But in terms of quality, it wasn't a classic. But it is what it is. And Natalie asked me the question before, where do I rank it? I rank it as a Liverpool game, just too much tension, too much. It wasn't a lot of quality in it, but we got there somehow. This win, I think Ahmed Diallo, if he could speak, he would have dedicated it to the people in Gaza. I'm sure he would have. But big up to him, man. Love and light. And I hope he gets more game time. Peace, love, light. Take care. Win, lose, or draw. Fuck the Glazers. Fuck the ideology, that Zionism. Fuck the fucking Tories and Labour. And fuck you too if you support what's going on in the genocides in Sudan, in the Congo, and in Palestine. Free them all. Free the people. Free fucking Palestine. Good night. Take care, people. It's been a pleasure.
Peace.
So